Half time.
Welcome back to the RM Club. It's the Women's Open, presented by Expression Networks, live from Grand Bay, Mauritius. Looking forward to what should be a terrific final between these two ladies to finish the season. T.Gilis, the #1 seed from Belgium, taking on Farida Mohamed, the #3 seed from Egypt. Well, joining me in the comms box is Paul Johnson.
Good evening, Joey. It should be an absolute cracker, this final. Both ladies have played very well on their route through to tonight's matchup. T.Gilis, the #1 seed, publicly shamed last night for being sick and almost not making it through to her semi-final, but saw no signs of that whatsoever. But the performance of that semi-finals night in the ladies' event was Farida Mohamed taking down Melissa Alves of France in 4 games. It's a very well-contested matchup. Mohamed played about as well as I've seen her, really. Alves couldn't make it physical enough to trouble the French lady, the #2 seed. Did come through a 5-setter against Julian Cortis in the quarterfinals, but Mohamed was just a little bit too good on the night. So it sets up beautifully for a ladies' final here. T.Gilis from Belgium against the Egyptian powerhouse, 20 years of age. Currently playing at the highest world ranking of #18. Turned pro back in 2018. Played in 6 finals on the PSA World Tour and has managed to convert 4 of those. 62.4% win rate. So good early signs from yet another one of the talents coming out of Egypt.
And T.Gilis looking for her 3rd PSA Challenger event this season, winning in Annecy and then the Irish Open. Looking for this one here in Mauritius. Knocking on that door of the top 10. They played once previously. It went in favour of Mohamed, and that was at the CIB Black Ball Squash Open. So definitely the scene is set for what should be a bit of a ding-dong back and forth. We know exactly what we're going to get from Mohamed.
We'll start in 30 seconds.
Well, we actually don't. That's the problem. It's the unpredictability that just makes us so dangerous. But it will be random.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
But we're going to get all guns blazing, and if they're firing blanks, they're firing blanks, they're firing live, then you best get ducking.
The real test here will be whether T.Gilis can make this physical enough. At the moment, the ball's nice and lively and bouncy, which will favour, I feel, the Belgian. Crucial that she wins the first game, but the way that Farida Mohamed plays, it creates such an edginess about the opponents, because anything loose, pretty much put your house on it, it's going short. Where short, I'm not quite sure.
Just want to reiterate, this is going free on the PSA YouTube channel, on the Challenger YouTube channel. So spread the word for any non-members of SquashTV. Get watching and then join up. Stop being tight. And we're into this final already. Within a couple of seconds, the attack is on.
An area for me where Melissa Alves got it wrong last night against Farida Mohamed was when she was trying to just play at too high of a tempo. Mohamed feeds off of pace of the opponents. When Alves got a little bit closer and done a better job for me was when she took the pace off of the ball, forcing Mohamed to initiate all of that power hitting. And if T.Gilis doesn't get that accuracy to the back of the court, it's going to be a tough night for her.
Love. Hand out.
Well, first point on the board
1-3.
for Gilis.
Not up. Hand out 4-1. No let. You went straight for your opponent. I want to see you go towards the ball. Player review, Mohamed, on the no let decision.
So first decision is going to be a review. Not really too much effort to go round and play the ball here from Mohamed. She's just kind of running to the back of her opponent. Just needs to make a bit more effort to go around. There's the possibility of going around to the right-hand side.
No let decision upheld.
The message is
Mohamed
clear
had
from the
no
central
reason
referee
made.
there.
The reason, Ms. Mohamed, is we want to see you go to the ball, please. Hand out 2-4. Hand out 5-2.
See, there's the difference. Take the pace off the ball, bit of
And
height
up
on the
3-5.
front wall, force Mohamed to inject the pace herself, and along comes the error.
Hand out 6-3. Seven, 3. Eight, 3. Down. Hand out 4-8. Down. 5-8.
So a couple of errors coming in from Farida Mohamed. Still a 3-point cushion at 8-5 in the first.
Hand
Bit
out
of frustration
9-5.
there from Tinne. Hasn't quite come to the races yet, the Belgian. Perhaps a little bit flat.
Hand out 6-9. Not up.
Yeah, it's good movement. It's good movement. I mean, as a
7-9.
player on this court, we saw it with Mohamed Al-Shabaghi against Tariq Mohamed. The tee position has to be really exaggerated, particularly when you've got a player that wants to go short very, very early off serve.
Straight onto the racket. She does that every time, Farida
Hand
Mohamed. I sometimes question, Joey, whether
10-7.
some of these players actually bother
Game ball.
watching their opponents or study their opponents before they play.
10-7 game ball.
It's a pattern that Farida Mohamed played into against Alves so many times yesterday. If that was me, it would be like a real red flag. Be a gaping hole in the,
Well, I mean,
in the game plan.
11-7.
what they
Game
have
to
is
Mohamed.
an unbelievable facility in the
Mohamed
form of
leads 1 game to
SquashTV.
none.
So we never had that, PJ.
No.
Might have a randomer on their camcorder once in a blue moon, but you've got SquashTV with replays and all sorts, highlights, everything. 7-minute first game for Farida Mohamed, which is kind of trademark for her, leading 1 game to love in this ladies' final.
Well, a rather frustrated looking T.Gilis here in the first game, just being outplayed a little bit by Farida Mohamed, who has been her usual self, extremely attacking. One of the areas that she is kind of underestimated for the Egyptian is her length hitting. It is pretty accurate, and then gives herself a lot of opportunities to go in short, which she's done here. Unfortunately, looks a little bit out of sorts at the moment, the number 1 seed.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Seconds. Mohamed leads 1 game to love.
Well, she's doing her best to jockey herself up here, Tinne. Better width. Good pressure again from Mohamed.
Down.
She's made the error.
Hand out. 1 love.
Clearly not at her 100% best here, Gilis, but sometimes to come through these kind of matches, you've got to dig down into a place that's not particularly comfortable.
Stroke to Mohamed. Hand out 1-all. Down. Hand out 2-1. Down. 3-1. 3-1.
This is better.
4-1.
More promising start from the Belgian. He's got so many options up the front there.
2-4.
That's better. Taste of her own medicine there.
5-2. Not up. Hand out 3-5. Four, 5. Play lit, 4-5.
Clearly unrattled. Better use of height there from the Belgian. But unfortunately, the cross-court width, which has to be exaggerated on these glass courts, is through the middle of the court. Back to 5-all. 3 points in quick succession.
No let. Six, 5. Not it. Hand out 6-all.
This is fast becoming another race to the front of the court. Both players, as soon as they get that opportunity, looking to chop it in.
Stroke to Gilis.
Oh dear, this I would definitely be reviewing. The ball was behind her there.
7-6. Out.
Yeah, it's better pressure. Good speed onto the ball there from Gilis. Perked up a touch here, mid-stage of this second. I think she's getting a little bit agitated and frustrated with her opponent.
9-6.
It's fired her up. It's better.
10-6.
So now it's Gilis that's attacking the front of the court. Every opportunity. Much better second game here from the #1 seed.
Not up. 11-6. Game to Gilis. 1 game all.
So just a 6-minute second game. The duration's very quick, 14 minutes for 2 games between these two, but they're leveled up nicely at 1 game apiece. Much better start here from the #1 seed, but then Farida Mohamed just started to come back a little bit after a 5-2 lead from her opponent. And then there was a bit of an altercation between the two players, and clearly Gilis got a little bit frustrated with her opponent, accusing her of a little bit of blocking, and then from that point on she really stepped up the pace and became a lot more aggressive, taking Mohamed on at the front of the court, reaping the rewards.
Well, don't forget to check out the app Squash Mind, the official psychological training app for the PSA.
seconds.
Daily practices, visual, video and audio lessons, mental training. There's already a lot of information from top pros and coaches on there, so either scan your QR code or check out the Squash Mind website. It's been devised by ex-PSA World Tour player Jesse Engelbrecht. Really useful tool for anyone of any level wanting to develop their squash.
But certainly an aspect of
30 seconds.
a game that she improved in that second. Tinne Gilis was, I mean, for me, she doesn't look quite right. She doesn't seem to have that perky step, spring in a step. But she got the fire in the belly in that second game.
15 seconds.
Showing a real competitive edge. That's what it's all about. I think we're going to see a slightly different third game here from the Belgian. I think she's going to really get stuck into her opponent, not allow Farida Mohamed to dominate proceedings through the middle of the court especially.
1 game all. Gilis to serve. Love all.
She does love that shot. She's got to be careful with that, Gilis. Wide cross court. She has to get width, absolutely, if she wants to go cross court, but possibly look to go over the top. safer option. Prevents that wide angle coming through.
I think she's got to be careful here, Gilis.
Hand out, 1-all.
On the really obvious shots to the front of the court, I feel a punch or two to the back, because you can see that Mohamed's already setting off. 1-all, 1-all, nothing in it.
Down. Hand out 2-1. Hand out 2-all. Down. Hand out 3-2. Yes, let. Why? Because she could have got to the ball and you were in the way. There was interference. Where is she going? I made my decision. We'd like to appeal. Yes, let. 3-2.
That's pretty standard let ball.
Just watch it there, Joey. I mean, again, keep talking about it. It's so basic. It's a lovely serve from Gilis. Takes all the pace off of the ball, and the return from Mohamed is actually quite weak. And then Tinne can put her back under pressure. Nice shot there, though.
Hand out 3-4. Not up. 4-all.
Tough rally.
Yeah, it was a hard rally. Definitely a hard rally.
5-4. Right side. Right side. Ball is up. Video referee, could just check the pickup, please, of T.Gilis.
Well, I don't think Tinne knew much about this. Her head was down. She was just barely trying to get a racket onto the ball. Initially, I thought it was good. Yeah, she's got it. She's got it.
Yeah, it was way up. Just hit the frame.
Ball was good. Hand out. 5-all. Not up.
Oh, it's a bit of a double there.
It wasn't, the pickup wasn't good. No, I'm happy with that. I'm not checking every call. Ms. Mohamed, I was happy with that. I'm not checking every call you want. I was happy with that shot. 6-5.
Good length from Gilis. Beautiful.
No
Damage
length.
was done with the length. Pushed Mohamed deep into
7-5.
that back left-hand corner. Slightly loose on the return. Step forward, trademark backhand volley drop for the winner. There comes the length. There's the volley drop. Beautiful finish.
Yes, let's. 7-5 from the right. Hand out, 6-7.
Beautiful.
She plays that 1-2. I mean, that's becoming a bit of a trademark of a game, PJ. You know, the tight ball down the backhand side, the loose, and then the volley attack. You know, it's worked well for quite a few players over the years.
Hand out, 7-8. Yes, let. The ball came out.
So we're getting a review on this one.
Player review Mohamed on the yes, let.
I don't know if she'll get much joy with this. It's quite scrappy around the middle. You see, the problem
Mohamed,
is that it gets.
the outcome of the review, please.
See it here. She just backs into the line a little bit there. The movement back to the tee for me is what will overturn this. There is a bit of room to play though.
Yes, let. Decision upheld. Mohamed has no reviews remaining. 7-8.
Scurrying around here, just could not get enough height on some of those lobs for Gilis.
8-all.
Yeah, that's the key. Such raw power, undeniable power. 1-all, 8-all. This third game becoming crucial.
Got to credit Farida Mohamed for a length, Joey. I think we see a lot of the finishing product to the front of the court, but where she is so deadly, it's just off of her length. She gives herself so many opportunities by pushing her opponents into the back of the court.
Stroke to Mohamed.
Yeah, you've got to go over the top. We keep saying the lob.
10-8.
Farida Mohamed with that reach, the way she closes the court down, it's very, very aggressive and works very well for her when she's not hitting the tin.
Down.
That was a costly miss there from Mohamed.
Game ball.
Don't know how much Gilis knew about that kind of flick. So big service here, PJ.
Beautiful touch. Beautiful touch. I would be more wary to keep the ball away from that forehand side of Mohamed. Poses such a threat there.
Yep, it's fine. A player must win by 2 points. Each player has 1 review available.
Wonder if how she's going to serve this one to the forehand. If she serves it wide, Farida Mohamed's going to take it off the back wall and go short, which she does superbly well. Or obviously, there we go.
Down.
She's got the error. Slightly less pace on it, actually. Didn't come so far off the back wall. So game ball opportunity now for T.Gilis after being down in this crucial third game.
Oh. Stroke to Mohamed.
Oh my goodness me.
He's
got to review it, yeah. It's worth the review. It's a very exaggerated swing, I have to say.
Hand out 11 all. Review.
She asked for a review.
Apologies.
So we're going to look at this one, Peach. I know it's not the tightest of balls from T.Gilis, but
the manner in which it was
the manner was with any real intention to play the ball. I mean, the ball's right by her leg there, and she's wrapped the racket around T.Gilis here. I mean, she's looked for T.Gilis with the racket. The ball's nowhere near that. You know, you can't start. This is what we talked about for a long period of time. That's what I feel. I don't know what you feel. She's gone right round.
Gone behind, yeah.
She's gone right round.
Behind, yeah.
It's the age-old, you know. I'm not a fan of that. I've said it. Doesn't matter who's playing when you start looking for your opponent like that.
11 all.
And she got back to 11 all into this nail-biting tie-break.
No lets. No, you wouldn't have got that ball. 12-11, game ball.
Can't put the ball there. So game ball for Mohamed.
13-11, game to Mohamed. Mohamed leads 2 games to 1.
T.Gilis is absolutely furious.
Well, a very intense end to a very important third game in that tie-break. 30 minutes of play, the longest game we've had by nearly double the duration. Just to reiterate, it's not 11 all, it was 13-11. And Farida Mohamed's leading 2 games to 1. It's not 1 all.
Well, it's a tough day out there for Tinne, the number 1 seed, but full credit to Farida Mohamed. She's not allowing the Belgian to settle at all. So many stop-start rallies, no rallies of any kind of length or significance, and it just creates such an edginess about the Belgian. Their attacking play is something that's quite impressive from Mohamed, but for me, the biggest strength area is actually her length. She puts her opponent so deep into the back of the court and then chops that ball in. She's got the 2-1 lead in this women's final.
Play will resume in 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Mohamed leads 2 games to 1. Mohamed to serve. Love all.
better height on the cross court. It's the first time she's got the ball beyond the reach of the volley of Mohamed there. That's how exaggerated it has to be. It's almost like a trip back to the old days, isn't it? The old lob drop ploy.
Yeah, I mean, this is what makes it fascinating with all the speed and the intensity that's increased for the women's game, but you can also can't beat the counteracting of that,
3-love,
which we're seeing here.
No legs. You wouldn't have got that ball. 4-love.
Now it's Gilis' turn to start chopping that ball into the front of the court at the earliest opportunity.
Hand out. 1-5.
Better width.
Yeah.
And that's the lengthiest rally we've had for a while.
6-1.
That would have put some good work into the legs of Farida Mohamed there.
Yeah, this is real quick-fire stuff in this fourth game from Gilis. Very quick lead.
7-1. No legs. That was the winning shot. I was quite happy with the movement. She played a good shot, and you wouldn't have got to that. 7-1. Down.
Again, a slightly better
8-1.
serve, less pace, ball staying deeper in the court, not so far off the back wall, not allowing Mohamed to take in that favourite shot of hers, the forehand kill.
Not up. Hand out. 2-8.
Yeah, nice soft hands there from Mohamed. She's coming back.
3-8.
Good fight back hit.
Stroke to Mohamed.
I'd review this.
Yeah,
Her
this
racket's gone out to the right-hand side of the court. The ball clips the sidewall, stays very short, and actually comes into the middle.
I mean, the ultimate. She's asked for a review, so we've got a review coming.
Player review. Gilis on the stroke decision.
Sky View is the one that shows this. It's very, very short. So this is it. You won't even see it in bounce because of the shortness of it. I mean, it's way away. Watch where the ball runs through from the angle that you said, PJ. I mean, she's nowhere near it.
The racket's gone out to, you won't see it here. It stays so short.
No, it's nowhere near it. She's committed her lunge as well.
And see where the ball comes out. Look at the angle that the ball comes out at, Joe.
No let. It was felt that she
That
went
was a
for the
useful
player
review.
and not for the ball.
It was good she had a review there, Gilis.
No let, hand out, 9-3. I said it was felt that you played the player and you were not going for the ball. Okay.
She's only just given the ball back. She kept hold of the ball. She wouldn't give the ball back, and Gilis is trying to warm it up with a bit of bouncing. She had it in her hands there.
9-3.
So 9-3, that needs to be updated. It's not 8-3. It's now 10-3, game ball. This is going into a fifth. 7 game balls
10-3
for Gilis.
Game ball.
If my memory serves me well, which it doesn't, this will be the first, well, she doesn't come back from all these game balls. It'll be the first 5-setter in the women's.
Alves and Cortese, Joe.
Yeah, on the glass court, I mean.
Was on the glass court, and that was also a 5-setter.
Exactly. So you commentated on it.
Got to be careful.
Yeah,
here.
she has.
5-10.
Big time. Big time. She's gaining momentum. She's on the charge here, Mohamed. She's hit the tin there.
6-10. Game ball.
Tell you what, 1 or 2 more points, it's going to get a little bit edgy. It's the length. Beautiful finish. And it was the length that did the damage for Tinne Gilis.
2 games all. You can't, it has to be after the 3rd game, can't do it after the 4th.
Well, the new ball, unfortunately, Mohamed wanting it, but she can't get it after the 4th game. As Mike Collins said, it has to be after the end of the 3rd. 39 minutes for this ladies' final. We've got a very exciting 5th game coming up for you shortly.
Much better start here from the #1 seed. Took charge of this right from the onset. Got herself out in front early, took the ball by the horns, and actually took the game to Farida Mohamed. It was the Belgian that started to fire the balls in short at will, and the Egyptian just couldn't cover the court quick enough. Mini comeback towards the late stage, but it was a very healthy lead for the #1 seed, and there a better length opening the opportunities to go in short. 5th and final game coming up here in this women's final.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Miss Mohamed is having some injury time for self-inflicted injury. She gets 1 additional minute on the 2, so I'll call it when she has 60 seconds left.
Well, Farida Mohamed with a self-inflicted injury. I'm not sure where that would have happened there, PJ, but she's only got 60 seconds left of that allotted time. I know she's got the big strapping on that leg of hers, which she's had for a good few weeks since Tournament of Champions. Just before then, Gilis obviously doing the right thing of, I'll tell you what, there's been a real Edward Scissorhands that's played on this court at some point, sometime. See some serious swooshing choppers on the floor.
Yeah. They're brand new, actually. That's just from today's match. It just shows you the coverage of the court.
That's come up from,
today. They repolished it earlier today, and that was actually clear.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
So that's just from this match?
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
15 seconds. Time. 2 games all. Gilis to serve. Love all.
So we're going to start this last game of this women's event here in Mauritius. Locked in at 2 games all. Psychologically, the start of the 5th. Oh, she stitched it. And got exactly what it deserved.
Out, 1 love.
Good hands.
This is the perfect start here for
2 love.
Mohamed.
Down. 3 love. From the right side. Down.
First point on the board.
And out 1-3.
Yeah, it was a bit of a gift.
A good start from
2
Mohamed.
gifts.
Yeah.
Gift earlier from Tinne. Another one there from Mohamed. So high on that tee position. Some trouble here.
Bit of a trip there from Mohamed.
Down.
That's the error.
Hand out 4-1.
Just a slight clash of movements between the players, nothing malicious. Beautiful rally. That's double. That's a massive double in the front left-hand corner.
Well, she's not going to get a let ball for that. But I agree with you, there was a ginormous double.
I'm going to review, Ms. Mohamed. Can I ask you not to shout at me when you ask, please? I heard you. Play review, Mohamed, on the no-let decision. There's a pickup query as well. Can you please check the pickup first, and then we'll go through the play review.
Yeah, so it's
Backhand volley drop from Tinne-Gilis that set that point up, I felt.
That leg of hers collapses. Watch this.
No, not this. Is
no,
the one here.
Here.
That's a massive double.
Yeah,
you don't even need to go to a decision. That's a double bounce. So the decision is actually irrelevant. Pick up, that's a massive doublet.
The pickup is not good, so it's hand out 2-4.
It's unbelievable how her leg collapses. She did that at Tournament Champions. She goes in, it kind of just collapses down on that quad.
Down.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Honestly, she was
3-4.
She was at sea on the way to the Reunion Islands there. I mean, she had no chance of getting that one back. There's a lot of sharks. Oh.
Hand out. 5-3. She's
on the move here, Farida Mohamed. good start. She's managed to hold on. It's a beautiful finish.
Ball is fine, pickups were good. Hand out 4-6.
Just one thing I would like to see a bit more, Joey, after literally every single situation, and there's a question from Mohamed or an ask or an insinuation of a movement, instead of just sort of getting on with the game and playing.
She's reviewing this one, so we've got to review the stroke being given.
Play review, Gilis, on the stroke decision.
I don't feel like she needs to get involved all the time. Just concentrate on the game.
Going in like a rocket there. Unfortunately, I don't think the quality of the shot from Gilis is quite there. And the line through is through Gilis, so the stroke is being upheld.
Stroke to Mohamed, decision upheld. Gilis has no reviews remaining. Hand out 7-4.
Terrific height. Brilliant.
Stroke to Mohamed. You're in a swing. You're in a swing. Stroke. You're right in a swing, Ms. Gilis.
Can I please get court service?
Beg your pardon?
Court service.
Court service, please.
Well, that was unfortunate ending to a pretty massive rally, that one, PJ.
Huge. Yeah, it's a big point for Mohamed.
Thank you.
She's just so dangerous at the front of the court, the Egyptian, that she
8-4.
keeps saying it. She just creates an edginess for the opponent. Makes them feel very unsettled and very nervy. Played a very good fifth game so far. And that's a whopping gift.
Down. 9-4. Stroke to Gilis.
4 points between them in this fifth game.
Down. Hand out 10-5. Match ball.
So 5 championship balls here for Mohamed. On the verge of a biggest title win. The young Egyptian. And she's done it.
11-5. Match to Mohamed. 3 games to 2.
So Farida Mohamed takes
11-6,
the
6-11.
championship here. It's the biggest win for the 20-year-old. She's now grabbing the back of her leg. She's she's collapsed on her leg there. She's had that strapped all week. A tremendous effort from her. So it was the second 5-setter that we'd seen in the women's on the glass court. She went in, big lunge on that leg. And there's the celebration. It was all about the start of the fifth. These matches that are awkward. Tinne Gilis ending her season here in Mauritius. But we're going to be hearing from Farida with Lionel down on the glass court. Well, we're not hearing from Farida quite yet. 51 minutes, 3-2 victory for Farida Mohamed, the number 3 seed, to take her biggest title to date on the PSA World Tour. This 30k PSA Challenger status event. PJ.
Well, thoroughly deserved. Farida Mohamed, the 20-year-old from Egypt. Very impressed with her performances this week. It's not just that attack to the front of the court that makes her so deadly. She actually does a very good job with her length, basic hits into the back of the court. It's the biggest win of her career so far. And she makes life so frustrating for her opponents. And he's deadly, taking that ball in short to the front of the court. But what a performance from her. No love lost between these two. But a great victory for the number 3 seed.
Yeah, holding the back of her leg at the end there, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. But we've got the men's final of a different tournament, but still in Mauritius, the Necker Mauritius Open, the gold level status event, and that is going to be the first time we have seen Diego Elias, the number 3 seed, taking on Mohamed El Shorbagy, the number 2 seed of England, in a final. The first time they played a final together. That will be at 7:45 local time, so just over an hour and 10 minutes, and we'll be back on Squash TV for that men's final. Join us again then.
Octobre 2021, et Hugo, champion des moins de 19 en 2022 aussi. Voilà. We're going to play first to 15 points. Now you understand that Grégory and Hugo will play pour les Anges du Soleil, et Mathias et Thierry vont jouer pour... Non, ils ont le maillot. Ah non, pardon. Excusez-moi.